Welcome back to WEGS Garage. Last time on the program, you saw us tearing into the Overdrive on our 1964 Triumph TR4. We found out that that thing was full of some nasty sludge, but overall looks to be in pretty good condition. So today we're going to be cleaning that up. We've got all new gaskets, seals, everything. We're going to clean it up and hopefully get everything put back together. But we'll see if time allows for that or not. So here's what we got. We got everything kind of taken out. We got this tray going out here outside so we don't get any on the car. And then we've got an assortment of toxic or not toxic chemicals, depending on how you want to look at it. Carburetor or parts cleaner bucket there for small parts. We're trying this purple power, which seems to be working pretty well to take off a bunch of the sludge and stuff that was down inside there. And we're just kind of going at it, so we'll probably just cut to a nice cleaning time lapse now. Quick update here. We got most of the major parts cleaned up. We were able to disassemble this, blow air through all of the various passageways. There's one there. There's all kinds of little channels inside this thing where the oil needs to flow. And we were able to blow those out with air, clean everything up. So we're getting pretty close to having everything clean. Dad's working on the rear half right now. I think this is about as far down as we're gonna take it in terms of disassembly. The pump itself doesn't have any kind of symptoms of needing to be removed. I mean, it's got a good spring. It moves cleanly. The little bearing's good, so we're not gonna take that apart. The pistons move in and out when we put air on it, so that seems to be fine. Everything else that you're looking at here seems to be in good shape, so we're not going to take it apart any more than this. So yeah, so I think we're almost ready to start putting everything back together. So we're tightening on this cover. Under here is the springs for the accumulators. Those are really big spring. What you do is put these long bolts in and kind of slowly pull the cover down on top of them. So gotta get it to go kind of even, otherwise it gets bound up. Alright, here's what we're running into on our overdrive reassembly. So this assembly here is the sun and planetary gear assembly. That all went together really nicely. But what we weren't prepared for is there's a couple of washers here. They're thrust washers that go down inside of this housing here, and they set the float on this whole assembly basically, as far as how much extra play there is in there for the bearings. So we really want to verify that to make sure before we go to all the trouble putting this thing back together, just to find out that it's not right. So the procedure for that is to get a spacer that's the same, basically a washer the same diameter and size as these, any thickness. Drop the whole assembly in here, then assemble the thing together. And what that'll cause is it'll cause a small gap to be between the two housings all the way around. You won't be able to tighten it down all the way because there's too much washers in there. Then you just take a measurement of what that gap is, and you subtract that measurement from the thickness of your spacer that you make. And that is how you determine whether your end float's in the proper range for the car. So again, we were not prepared. We didn't have the extra spacer. We don't have, we also kind of need like a dummy shaft to go in here to hold everything in place while we do this. We don't have that, so I think we're gonna take a week here, get what we need, and then we'll be able to measure that. Hopefully this is all right, because if it's not, then we'll have to order new spacers, and that'll be another setback, but whatever. I mean, it's worth it to do this right rather than kind of just hope for the best. So we'll meet back here next week. All right, so unfortunately, that is all the time we have for today. Hopefully that wasn't too boring watching us clean parts for however long this video came out to be, but yeah, we definitely are making some progress on our overdrive, and next week we should have the tools we need to get it all put back together and hopefully get it, well, if not back in the car, at least on the way to being back in the car. So thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you next time.